Hey folks, welcome. I am Sean in Alaska, and let me figure out how to. There we go. Get that thing enclosed. So I started a couple of minutes early today because I worked on the intro and got it all the way up to where we're at with the videos right now. And you guys let me know over in the side chat if you would how the audio and video is. Make sure everything's running okay. And when I went to upload it, like I have for previous videos, it said the file was too big. So I actually just streamed that from my computer hard drive while you guys watched it live. So I'd be grateful to hear how it came out. If it streamed seamlessly on your end, if everything looked good, by all means, let me know. With that said, let me jump over here and get the banner started while you guys are deciding whether or not everything's working. Sunrise is at 9:55 a.m. and sunsets at 3:55 p.m. for a total of 6 hours of daylight and a loss of about 20 minutes over last week. Today's low was 7 degrees Fahrenheit. The high is 15, with a wind advisory in effect for today and wind chills down to -5 predicted in my area. Don't forget to get your Christmas tree pics to me via the Facebook page. That link is available below every video that I have. There's a link that gets you to the Facebook group. Send it to me in a message. I would love to add it on to the end of one of our videos or the end of one of my videos for the rest of December and the first and probably second week of January. We'll see where that first week falls, but it'll probably be the first and second video in January that I'll show them. Going forward, the intro for the lives will be everybody's Christmas trees because I have gotten a ton of pictures, which is super, super awesome. Everything looks perfect. The video looked good. We're going to jump all the way back up at the top. I love to say hello to everybody that jumps in here. And if you ask a question and it looks like I missed it or didn't answer it, feel free to ask it again. Type it in all caps so it jumps out at me. And if I've already answered it by the time I get to it, I'll just skip over it. With that said, the first person I saw was Linda at Lipstick Lodge. Welcome, Linda. They heard we're over 100 earthquakes there. Yes. So we had a big earthquake down on the Aleutian Islands. It was like a 7.0. I never felt a thing here. That's quite a ways away in miles. That's a long, long, long way away in miles. But they've had a whole swarm of earthquakes after that. We had one, I think we talked about it last week. Rob from Curmudgeon, let me know for sure. But we had one a couple of weeks ago that was like a 6 or a 6.2 that was up closer to Rob than it is to me. And if you guys don't follow Curmudgeon, you need to because Rob does some neat stuff over there. But yep, we did, Linda. I never felt a thing. Who else do we have? Raquel, welcome. Glad you could make it today. And speaking of Rob, the man, the myth, the legend from Curmudgeon, Rob, Sarah, how are you guys doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day. You guys have probably got a lot more wind and a lot more cold than we got down here. I guess Sunshine, if she's in here a little later, she lives over in Kenai. She said they were getting hammered with wind all day yesterday. We were breezy. We didn't get that much, but they've extended it. It was supposed to be over at 11 o'clock tonight. They've extended it until 1 p.m. tomorrow, Monday time. So what happens in Alaska is we get some crazy weather. We had some big high pressure systems build. If you just imagine you're looking at a map of Alaska, right? And at the top of Alaska, up towards the North Pole, up by Santa's house, some big high pressure systems built, bridges built up, and then they started to drop down a little bit. And when they did, they pulled the cold air with them. There are parts of Alaska with wind chill this morning in the 60s, -60s and -70 degrees Fahrenheit. It gets brutally cold with the wind chill on top of that cold air. So because they had the wind and because it was bringing the cold already, it was just ridiculous. And I've seen video from Palmer and Wasilla. And if you want to look it up, just look it up anywhere and type in the date December 6th, because that's when most of them were recorded yesterday. It was just crazy how windy it was. Absolutely insane. Scroll on down here. I keep looking over to this side because I've got a big screen TV here that I can actually see without having to look at my glasses, so I don't have to go like this to read what you guys are leaving in comments. Charles and Annalyn, all the way from the Philippines. Awesome to see you guys. Great to have you here as always. Chris, welcome. Glad you could join me today. Marcus, welcome, my friend. It is great to see you. Marcus sent in a picture of a Christmas tree. Yeah, and see, Charles is asking the same question. Rob, how was the wind up there, brother? Marilyn, welcome. I'm glad you can make it today. Happy to see you. Renee, glad you can make it today as well. I had a comment about the picture that I used for a thumbnail here, and it was actually Renee that left the comment. And I actually took that picture today outside. So we got a little blue sky. It's cold, but I thought it turned out to be a pretty good picture with the cabin and the shed all in one. Howie, welcome, my friend. It is great to see you today. Okay, Rob's answering back. It was too windy. Steady 15 miles an hour, gust to 45 miles an hour. In Palmer, they had 100-mile-an-hour winds. It's crazy. The wind in the valley, especially Palmer, it is always windy there to begin with. It's like if you're not really familiar with it, but on Turnagain Arm by Alyeska, it is always, always, always windy there. But Palmer blows them away. It's crazy the amount of wind they get. John Feeney, welcome, my friend. Awesome to see you today. Northern Minnesota. What's up, mister? Great to see you. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. This is it, MGH. Michael, right? Brenda Jones, welcome. Glad you can make it today. Awesome to have you here. Yes. And in answer to your question, Rob, that is an OSHA approved cooler, and it's set by the Sean Owens OSHA management team. That would be me. It was the safest thing I had to stand on, man. I'm actually going to probably stencil on the outside of it OSHA approved just for future projects. Alicia, how are you doing? It is awesome to see you today. Glad you could make it. How's the weather there? So it's chilly, but it's not bad. I mean, it's not brutal. Look at the. I don't even have a wood fire going right now because I was testing some other stuff that you guys are going to see in future videos. So I'll probably fire up the wood stove after the live. By the way, at the 30-minute mark, if somebody could just shout out to me, Sean the oven. I need to start my oven up so I can reheat dinner. I'm doing leftovers tonight for dinner. But it's like 65 degrees in the cabin right now, so it's pretty darn comfortable. Outside right now, I'll tell you what this says. The National Weather Service says that it is 15 degrees Fahrenheit out there with a feel like, so we'll pull that up. It feels like 4 because we do have a bit of a breeze. But yeah, it's not that bad. I've been in much colder. There's sunshine. How you doing? Did your day get less windy today? Because I'm telling you, when you left that comment on the Facebook page, and I'm trying to be much more proactive on the Facebook page, guys. So if you leave a comment, I'm trying to answer all of them every day now. I have been very terrible about that. But did you finally calm down with the wind? Because we have almost nothing going out here right now. Windy last night, not much at all today. Everybody's saying good, good, good. Gary, what's happening, my friend? Glad you can make it today. Awesome to see you. Be charming. Welcome. Awesome to see you. Thank you for that. I greatly appreciate it. That's kind of why I started earlier too, is because that was going to be a longer one, and I didn't want to take out the time from the hour that we have to hang out with each other. So I started things a little bit earlier. That and this program that I use to go live with has some neat little tweaks and tricks on it. So I clicked one button today to go live, and when I went live, the 30-second countdown started, which was super cool. So I think I could find some different tweaks here to make this work a little more fun. Pete, Trail Camp Pete, how you doing, my friend? It is great to see you today. 15. No, it feels like 4, though. It's 15, but it feels like 4. So for those that don't follow me personally, because I have a lot of friends here from YouTube that we've become friends on Facebook, so they follow my personal page. I have made it my mission since I guess November 30th to watch a Christmas movie every single night. And so far I have done that. And I've watched I call the Rankin Bass movies like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Those are movies. I call them that. But then I've also watched, oh gosh, what else? The other night I watched Fat Man with Mel Gibson as Santa Claus. Tonight's going to be Red One with The Rock. He's not Santa Claus. But every night I'm watching a Christmas movie. So my question to you guys out there right now would be, what one Christmas movie do you have to watch every single year? And I mean, no matter what, I'm not saying which one's your favorite, but which one do you absolutely have to watch every year? Because for me, it's definitely White Christmas. I absolutely adore that movie. Danny Kaye and Bing Crosby are 2 of my top favorites. The music in that is just phenomenal. But for you guys, what's your number 1 Christmas movie you have to watch every year? Oh, we got that one up. Ruby Jackson, welcome. Glad you could make it today. It's awesome to have you here. Beto, welcome, my friend. Glad you could get here. Wisconsin FIB, how are you doing? Hello, Chop Chop. Doyle Lindsay, live from Murray, Kentucky. Cold here tonight. Low is 25. See, Alaska isn't the only place that gets cold. You guys get cold down there. And Alaska's not the only place that gets snow. If you follow Jay and Jen off grid, you'll know that they got a lot of snow. They got like almost 3 feet now. We don't have that much snow in Alaska. That picture in my yard was today. That's how much snow I have here right now. The difference is mine will stay here until March or April, sometimes May. Everybody saying hi to everybody. Angie, what's happening? It is awesome to see you. We made it with the Beamer dog. I got Miss Molly asleep on the couch over here again because this seems to be her nap time now. I feed her just before we go live, and then she kind of runs around the cabin a little bit, and then she takes care of business, and then she jumps up on her couch because she knows I'm going to be talking to you guys for an hour. Come on, you pretty girl. Hello. She don't want nothing to do with me right now. Michael Weiler, welcome, my friend. Glad to see you from Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. Very, very cool, man. I greatly appreciate that. That's a beautiful country, my friend. That picture right there. I don't know if you folks can. I'm gonna point to it here. Look at that countryside. That is absolutely gorgeous. If I can't have all white, I want all green. Your mom's with you? Hi, Mom. Yeah, that was okay. So East Coast of Alaska had a 7.0, and the aftershocks have been nonstop. But it's not really the East Coast of Alaska. Okay, it's the East Coast of the Aleutian Islands, and it's way far away from mainland Alaska. And I don't believe anybody was hurt. I don't believe there's very many people that actually even live in that area. But they've had some doozy earthquakes out there. They really have. I wish I had 2 full cords of wood. I don't. I'm going through more wood than I thought, but that's because I'm using more wood than I am propane. I'm trying to wean myself off of the propane buddy heater. Little Ruby Vintage, welcome. Good day from Western Colorado. It is awesome to have you here in beautiful Funny River, Alaska. Jonathan Davis, welcome, my friend, from Sneedville, Tennessee. Very cool. People from all over the place, huh? Rob says they just had another 5.1. So says his phone. 5.1. I normally don't even, if it's a 5, if it's lower than a 5, I normally don't even realize it's happening. It's, I grew up in California, so we're used to a lot of earthquakes there too. They have more of them here and they're bigger, but yeah, I'm used to earthquakes. Yeah. So there's videos of the wind up that way, like I said, in Palmer and Wasilla, and they've got all these little airports, and there's a lot. There's more private pilots in Alaska per capita than anywhere else in the United States. It could be anywhere else in the world. It's amazing how many people have pilot's licenses and how many small planes there are up here. But there was some video of the wind gusts coming up, and these planes are strapped to the ground, but they're not strapped tight to the ground. And because of the way lift works on those wings, the plane would be sitting there, and all of a sudden, whoop, the plane's up in the air, and then whoop, the plane's back down again. Weather fascinates me. Weather absolutely fascinates me. Mr. Todd, how you doing? Across the meadow, 13 degrees over at his place. He's always a couple of degrees cooler than I am. Awesome to see you, brother. Little off-grid Alberta from Alberta. Just crank up the wood stove. Yeah, I'm going to fire that up after we go live. After we're done going live tonight, I'll fire it up and throw a couple of pieces of wood in there. But because this storm was coming and they said it was going to be so windy and so cold and everything else, I filled up the inside wood shelf, and then I filled up the wood box on the deck so that I won't have to walk back and forth to the shed, which is not that far, but there's so much ice on the ground. It's absolutely brutal to walk in my yard right now. You're not doing it without cleats. I guarantee that. Oh, here we go. B. Charming's daughter is in Palmer. I forgot about that. They've been without power since yesterday morning. That was a couple of groups that I belong to had said, hey, what are you guys doing to get ready for the power we're going to lose at the wind? And I just commented back, I live off grid. Me, Todd, across the street, we don't lose power. In Funny River, when everybody talks about the power being out, I always sarcastically say, hey, Todd, I've got power. How's yours? And Todd says, yeah, my power is fine. And then Brother Will jumps in and says, you two are idiots. Shut up. Pat Moreau, welcome. How much solar can you get these days without your panels? It's terrible. I'm not lying. I don't know if you can hear the hum in the background, but I fired up the generator today because for the first time ever, I got down into the 60% range. There's like 68% charge left on my batteries. I'm pulling this up on the phone right now, and I'll tell you that. Oh, I thought it was connected. Should be connected. Let's go back here. Pull it back up again. See if we can get it to work. So my new bank of batteries are battery number 4 and battery number 3, and they're at 94% right now. that generator's been running for a few hours. And my old bank of batteries is battery 1 and battery 2, and they're at 100% now. But it's been 2.5 hours, roughly 1.5 gallons of gas to top everything off. And then as far as power generation, and I'm just pulling up an app. I don't know if you can see that right now. Let me pull this up here. I'm just pulling up an app right there. So those are my 2 charge controllers. And I've only made 70 watt hours on one and 20 watt hours on the other. So a total of not even 100 watt hours today, where normally I'll be making, kilowatts of power every day. But you don't have sun, you're not making power. It's that simple. That is awesome. I love it. Ward, what's up, brother? It is great to see you. Blueberry Boggs, welcome. Glad you can make it today. Everything is well for me. I hope everything is well for you, and I hope you guys are ready for your holiday extravaganza. However you celebrate this time of year, I hope you just have an incredible time with it. Rob says his max wind last night was 70 miles an hour. That's one thing I do want to get. I want to pick up a nice little weather station that I could put up here, because I love looking at the weather in winter. I don't really care what it's going to do in the summer. Is it going to rain or not? That's really all I care about. But in the winter, I love to see the temperatures. They're incredible to me. Miss Molly is doing fantastic. She is, for those of you that watched the video yesterday, it just blew my mind how little she was in that video. So I've had her for about 5 weeks now. She's like 4 times that size. Hey, you want to come up and say hi? You want to come up here and say hi? Come on. Come on. Come on up. Come on up and say hi. Here. See if I can get this camera down here to get her involved in the situation. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come here. Come on. Get up. Get up here. Come on. Come on. You coming or not? You not? Come on. Come on. Okay, hang on a second here. Let's see if I can get her to go out. Come on. Come on. Get up here. Come on. Come on. Come on. So yeah, she's like 4 times the size she was when I brought her home. Okay, I'm sorry. You can go take your nap again. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Palmer's always windy. Palmer's crazy windy. Eric, welcome, my friend, from Southeast Missouri. Terry Doyle, glad you can make it today. Awesome to see you. Eric, there's a lot of land up here, but just be careful, man. We've had this discussion a million times during the lives, and I'll tell you the same thing. Avoid anything that says good moose habitat, because that means it's a swamp. Yes, I also, Be Charming, I heard that too. Also, Walmart lost part of its roof. Steve, what's happening, brother? It is great to see you. Minus 30, that's freaking chilly. That is chilly. For those that don't know, like Fahrenheit and Celsius, the temperature differences, Fahrenheit stays colder, I think, until they match up at like minus 40. And then if it's colder than minus 40 in Celsius, then it's much colder than it is in Fahrenheit. It starts spreading out the other direction. Eves, welcome. Great to see you. Glad you could be here today. Warren, going in hot. What's happening, my friend? Got to show the doggo. I did, yeah. Hope you saw her. Hope you saw her. Wild Mountain Rose, how are you doing today? I hope you had a good weekend. I did. I had a nice weekend. Yeah, I didn't forget anything this weekend. I didn't have the same episode that I had last weekend where I got all the way to town and realized my laundry was sitting on my deck. So yeah, it was a good day today. Rob, our pipes froze out yesterday. Cannot thaw them until this wind stops. I know. That's the brutal part, right? Is people don't realize how much more freezes with wind chill. It's relentless. It's relentless. And it's harder to heat your cabin. It's harder to heat your house because it's that constant nothing. It just, as that wind hits, it takes every bit of warmth with it. And then Charles pops in with 88 degrees. Really, dude? Really? JD, what's happening, my friend? It is awesome. Awesome to see you. I hope Rhonda is doing well. Great to see you, brother. Jolie. I'm here but distracted with the Bears-Packer game, but you can multitask. I need the Bears to win that game. I just want you to know that. I need the Bears to win that today. She knows I am a diehard Vikings fan, and somehow the Minnesota Vikings remembered how to play football today. And I was completely amazed. I just kept looking at the screen going, wait, we just did what? And Abby, how are you doing today? Did you try that trick with chipping up the brush for the chickens yet? I didn't. It's too late now. Everything I have brush wise is frozen. But that was a great tip, and I'll probably try it next spring. As everything starts to thaw out and I start chopping and chipping everything up again, I'll definitely give it a shot. Right now, I buy straw, and I just lay straw out in their area where they run, and then I keep a lot of straw in the coop, and I keep their food in their coop now. Although I hate doing that, but if I don't, the moose will eat it. -10 last 2 nights, not to get better the next few days. 1F now and dropping. Wood stove is hungry. I know, God, it's crazy. It's crazy. We're going to be cold for the next week. We're going to be below zero here in my part of Alaska until Saturday, and then Saturday it looks like we got a high of 18 and a low of 12. So that'll feel beautiful. And I have a 3-day weekend. They need to cut hours at work, and I volunteered to take a personal day on Friday. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, see, I mean, Angie's on the other side of the river from me, and she's got wind, but I don't know why we don't have the wind. Normally, we get wind when nobody else does, so it's kind of crazy. Texas Butterfly, welcome. Glad you could be here today. Still cold in East Texas. Waiting for the temps to at least get up in the 60s. Man, if I got up in the 60s here, I'd be in heaven. I'd be running around in my underwear right now. Minnesota Meg off grid. How are you doing? Oh boy, I made it. Hi, Sean and all. Enjoying the Christmas pics from all at the end of the videos. I'm welcome to being a single parent. Sean Molly's a great addition. She is sweet. She is so sweet. It's incredible. I'll tell you something. I've lived by myself now since 2013, and in a motorhome, then a trailer, then this cabin, and so 12 years of basically just being by myself. And there is a smile that ends up on my face every single day when I pull up, because she's tall enough now to stand up and look out the window. And when I back up and park my car, park the truck, I get out and I turn around and she's looking at me at the window with a big old freaking goofy look on her face. And I just grin from ear to ear. I have missed that. I have really missed that. I've had dogs my entire life. I just didn't think it was right to have one when I was doing the motorhome living and the fifth wheel living. There just wasn't enough room. And it just happened that I was ready to pull the trigger on getting a pup when some friends down the road, some friends at Todd's, he knew them really well, had a surprise litter. And so I ended up getting one of the pups. Super awesome. Super awesome. I agree, Rob. Red One is a funny movie. I watched, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Holiday Inn, which is the first time that the song White Christmas was ever used in a movie. And that was with Bing Crosby and Fred Astaire. And I absolutely adored that movie too. I watch that one every year, and White Christmas every year. Here's B Charming, has to watch Polar Express every year. I love it. I'm going to put that on my list. That's going to be on my list this year. I'm going to watch, like I said, a different Christmas movie every single night until Christmas. And then Christmas Eve, it'll probably be White Christmas, I'm thinking. Christmas Vacation for Little Ruby. Okay, cool. Charles Nandolin, I already watched Die Hard. Yep, there you go. Miracle on 34th Street. That's a great movie. So the story of Miracle on 34th Street for me is always been a Thanksgiving Day movie right there. It was Miracle on 34th Street. We'd have at Macy's parade, Miracle on 34th Street. We'd have the big family dinner, and then after dinner, we'd all watch Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Yes, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Yeah. It's not Christmas Eve until Hans Gruber falls off Nakatomi Plaza or the Nakatomi Tower. It's a Wonderful Life with Jimmy Stewart is a wonderful movie. That's one that they never need to remake that movie ever. Crazy Backyard Chicken Man, Bad Santa. And welcome. Henry Leslie Vermont, welcome. Glad you could make it today. There are no wrong Christmas movies. There's no wrong answers to your favorite Christmas movie. There are no wrong answers. Number one Christmas movie for me is Charlton Heston and Ben-Hur. Right on. Very cool. That's a great movie. That's a great movie. You have less than 3 inches. They're closer to 1.5 inches. That's probably, in ice right now, I probably have 4 inches of ice. And there's probably like a quarter of an inch to a half an inch snow on top at the most. Deck the halls. Very cool. Carol L., welcome. Glad you could be here this evening. Awesome to see you. Minnesota Meg says, I like Polar Express movie each year. Also, any classics like Charlie Brown Christmas, White Christmas, Emmett Otter's Jug Band. I don't think I've ever seen that. And Rudolph, very nice. Very nice. Trudy, welcome. You made it. Awesome. You really enjoyed this week's video? Very cool. I did. I got a lot done. I'm really, really pleased with how cleaned up everything got before that snow hit. And like I said, there's an area, like if you're looking at the picture for this thumbnail for this video right here for the live, you'll see where the blue barrel is. Everything to the right of that, I didn't get anything done over there. But that'll be the first project in spring to get all that cleaned up. I was down at Southeast. Our guest on Asking Alaskan lives in that area. That town only had about 300 people in it. Yep. No, that's the right name of the town, Yucatan, but it's Yucatan, Alaska. I can never remember that name, but it's had multiple. We've beaten multiple quakes there. 24 and snowing in Vermont. Very cool, Henry. Scott, I saw your post. His Shelter Logic went on walkabout. I saw your post, man. There's some people. I belong to some high tunnel groups on Facebook as well. I belong to a lot of Facebook groups, way too many. But took the entire cover, destroyed the entire cover on almost 100-foot long high tunnel, and that's going to be expensive to fix. 7.1 was near Whitehorse St. Junction on the top of the Panhandle. I wasn't going to say that, Rob. I know. Trust me, I know. So if 1/3 of the people that fly here don't even have a pilot's license, yet we still have more private pilots per capita than any other state, what does that tell you? It's kind of the same thing as pew-pews, right? Scott has 18 degrees Fahrenheit at the Spruce Moose. Sunshine says, I follow an Alaskan earthquake group. They are calling for a possible 7.5 in the next week. You know what? You can predict earthquakes all you want, and they're going to happen whenever they want to. If anybody could ever figure that out, I'll tell you what, that would be pretty amazing. There's two things that I don't ever put any faith in. One is earthquake predictions, and the other is weather forecasts, because they're always wrong. All hardwood and the 2 cords have 4 cords in log form, been cut for 3 years. I miss hardwood. I don't have any here in Alaska. I mean, there's birch. That's about the best you can get up here that I know of. But I miss oak and almond and walnut and, just the real super all-night dense logs. And that's why with my wood stove, even if I just heated strictly with wood, it would be a hassle because I'd have to get up every 4 hours at night just to restoke the fire at a minimum. And then it would cook me out of the cabin in the process. So, yeah. Yvonne, welcome. Glad you could make it. It is awesome to see you. I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well as well. Hey, Jason and Elaine, how are you guys doing? Late here for a short bit. Also here. Also, hi to Scott. He told me, sent me a message that said if my dog ever shows up missing, his wife took it. You guys, that's another channel. Go watch them. Alaskan Freedom. Awesome, awesome folks. And Elaine's got her own channel now where she's doing alcohol-free cocktails on her own channel. And they did a Tom and Jerry that they showed at the end of their most recent video. And I'm a huge Tom and Jerry fan. So I might have to try some of those myself, if for no other reason than just to be able to have those cocktails in the middle of the afternoon and not have to worry about anything, right? I need to do that. Yes, you're right. Wood ash works awesome on ice. The problem is I threw all my wood ash out before I got to winter, and I need to remember to save it because Todd, my neighbor, did that on his driveway across the street, and it just tears that ice right up. I use kosher salt on the deck and the stairs, and within a day or two of me walking on it, I could scrape it right off. It's all gone. Yep. Linda likes Christmas Vacation. Very cool. Very, very cool. Hey, you guys forgot to tell me it's been 30 minutes. Hang on, I got to start the oven. Oh. I always start it and then listen for it to make sure it's going. But I got my leftovers ready to go. They're all wrapped up. Last night I did Bisquick chicken and mashed potatoes. So I got the other half of the mashed potatoes and the chicken wrapped up in foil sitting on the tray ready to go in the oven. But if I don't get the oven started now, I won't be eating until 5 o'clock, and that's way too late for me. I go to bed at roughly 7 p.m. on a work night. I'm lucky if I make it to 8:30 on a non-work night, especially this time of year. Then during the summer, I forget to sleep. I just keep going. Oh, everybody's saying hi. So you guys had wind too. It was so windy the last few days. I think we now live about 2 miles closer to Sean. See, we didn't get that wind here, or I didn't get that wind last night when I went to sleep. The trees were moving around pretty good, but this morning I had nothing almost all day. We were renting a cabin for 2 weeks at Christmas. Then you hope to move. Well, I hope you want to move. I hope that works out for you, and I hope it's not something you just have to do. At least it has the sun hitting his panels. I have 13 kilowatts of solar panels making about 200 watts of power. I'm not even making that, man. I'm telling you right now, it's crazy. It's just too low on the horizon. There is nothing you can do in Alaska. You cannot feasibly go 100% solar without some kind of power generation, like a backup generator, and make it year round. You just can't do it up here because, like I said, so we've got 6 hours of daylight right now. And the sun is so low on the horizon that unless you're on a plain, meaning a flat area with no trees anywhere, you're never going to pick up that sun. And so we just deal with it. I saw a couple of people commenting that the first day of winter is December 21st. Just so you guys all know, that's the last day of winter in Alaska. And the reason why I say that is because from December 21st on, we start picking up more daylight and more daylight and more daylight. So the days get longer. So for us mentally, the first day of summer for you is the last day of summer for us. The first day of winter for you is mentally the last day of winter for us. Yeah. Yeah, we all want more snow and no cold. I don't mind the cold, but I want the snow with it. I want the snow with it. The roads are miserable to drive with freezing rain. It's just absolutely a pain in the neck. She is. She's getting so big, it's crazy. She's been saying no since day one. Lucy, welcome. Glad you could make it today. I'm doing well. I hope you are doing good as well. I know how far behind I am now, right? She's huge. She's so big. I use the Lacrosse Technology weather station indoor outdoor temps wind speed. I think that's the one that my buddy Will just got his wife for her birthday, and that's kind of the one I'm looking for. I want one with wind speed and stuff too. I think that would be very, very cool. So every night as part of my routine, I think I shared it. I know I shared it on the community tab a couple of weeks ago. We have the National Weather Service of Alaska does a weather forecast, and they told us they're pretty accurate. They told us this was coming, and that's how I end my evenings every night in the winter. I'll watch that weather forecast and then I go to bed. I absolutely love it. You got the ambient weather WS2902 Wi-Fi smart weather station. Will upload your stats to the internet so you can see it anywhere. That's a bit too fancy for me. Yeah, that's good. Only an acre and a half out of the 10 is that's very good. Josh Norbert, welcome. Glad you can make it today. It is awesome to see you. Barbara Williamson, welcome. It is awesome to see you today. Yeah, wind wipes out everything. Wind and cold. Will came over to borrow. My brother Will came over to borrow the ladder today because his new weather station that he just bought, because we had the bitter cold temperatures followed, or the moisture followed by the bitter cold temperatures and the freezing rain, he had to take his weather station back down, bring it to the house, and thaw it out because it was frozen solid inside. Alaskan Frontier, how are you doing today? Am I going to crate train Molly? Not really. So I had a crate for her in the beginning. She would never go in there. I left the door open. She actually has pretty much taken ownership of my couch. So I'm sure I know when I go to bed, she walks over to the stairs with me and she kind of climbs up on the couch and I pet her nose and I go upstairs and go to bed. But I've woken up a couple of times and looked over the edge and saw her laying on a couch. So I think that's pretty much where she's going to live now. This is her cabin too. Cornwall, very cool, very cool. I have some friends who perform music in the Cornish language, which is awesome. I used to have an online radio station that was basically the seven Celtic nations, and I used to do it streamed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I can't really do that up here anymore. But um, every night at like 7 p.m., California time, it would do an hour of music in native languages. So in Irish, Scottish, Gaelic, Welsh, Manx, Cornish. It was very cool, very cool. I have 14 more minutes to fire up the wood burner. I'm way behind. You guys weren't late when you told me, when you didn't tell me. I just looked up at the time. I don't think I've been this behind in a while. I love this. This is the greatest, most true comment anywhere. Walking around on the ice in Alaska brings out the Fred Astaire in all of us. Die Hard for Henry Leslie for a Christmas music. Thank you, Rob. Right? Putting a few minutes early as you're behind. Nice. The Nightmare Before Christmas. My kids love that movie. They absolutely love that movie. I don't think I've ever seen the Family Guy Christmas special. I haven't seen Family Guy in a long time. I get to talking. I need to wet the whistle. Do you need building permits, and how much land do you have in Miracle on 34th Street? So, Pat, where I live, I don't need building permits. If you live in the town of Soldotna, if you live in an incorporated area like a town, you do need building permits. I didn't need anything that I've done out here. Now, if I decide to put in a well, I don't think I need a permit for that. If I put in septic, I need a permit for that. But the guy that installs the septic will get the permit for you. That's the only permit I think you have to have um, in my area. And like I said, I don't think I need one for the well. I just know I need one for sure for the septic. Oh, and my property size, that was the other part. I have 1.4 acres here. Catch you again. I have to fill the stove. All righty. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Barbara. I was very happy with how it did clean up. It cleaned up pretty good. And in the next couple of videos, you'll see some of the stuff. Like I ended this week's video with the first snowfall. So then obviously you'll see the pup playing out in the snow, me cleaning up the yard with the snow blower. It's a lot easier to maintain at this point now. And I've done some work in the storage side of the shed, built shelves in there. There's a ton of room. I still have a bunch of stuff to get out of here and get into there. The wall behind me right now, all that stuff I had there is pretty much all gone. Yeah, it's really done well for me so far. We do. Yes, we do. With the most uses, you get the most oopses. Oh man, that's crazy. Wood cook stove goes overnight from 11 to 7. No, that's awesome. I wish I could stay up till 11. Laurel, how are you doing? It is awesome to see you today. Whoop, I got my in Wisconsin. Very cool. Jonathan says, I've been using ice cream salt, Spigger granules. This seems to last far much longer than. I don't use regular salt. I use kosher salt. So I don't know if ice cream salt is bigger. I might take a look at those at that next. I always have salt here anyway. So I assume you guys have wood ash because you don't have fire going all the time. We've been burning ourselves nonstop since OCR, and we've never been able to. Really, that's crazy. I mean, every once a week I empty all the ash out of my stove, even if I just have to let the fire burn down to get it out of there, put it in a metal pail, take it outside. Every week I empty that thing. You must be burning some pretty good fires, man. That's awesome. No. Barbara's asking, you gonna finish your house anytime soon? I have some plans to do some interior work this winter. But I like to think of this as a marathon and not a race. It's not a sprint; it's a marathon. And so I'm going to take my time and I'm going to enjoy myself while I do it. Thank you for that. I accused you guys of not telling me to start the oven, and then here you are all telling me, which is probably on time, but I wasn't paying attention. Mike McKinney, what's happening, my friend? It's awesome to see you. My favorite Christmas movies are It's a Wonderful Life. The Bells of St. Mary's is a great movie. I haven't seen that in years. The Bishop's Wife and A Christmas Carol. Very cool. Scrooged is a fun one. Scrooged with Bill Murray is a fun one. I need to put some more weight back on, though, if I'm going to do that. To be able to play Santa. Oh, 18 years old. That's a long time for a pup. Oh, my gosh. And then she didn't even go on her own. Oh, that's a long time for a pup. Huh, hey, get your nose out of my wires. Rob saying 3.6 and Yucatan just now. Christy, welcome. Glad you can make it today. I'm going to try and scroll through a little quick, folks. I got to catch up. I'm way behind. Joe, what's happening, brother? It's awesome to see you. I made it. You went live while you were driving home Christmas shopping. You didn't have to get me anything, Joe, but I appreciate the thought, man. Anchor Point's pretty. Anchor Point's very pretty. The coolest thing about Anchor Point is you're very close to the beauty of Homer, and you don't actually live there. Because Homer's expensive to live in, from what I've seen. But it's also one of the most gorgeous places for coastal views in Alaska. It's every time I go there, it's absolutely beautiful. Yeah, we like I was talking about the crate thing before. I want her to feel comfortable in there. And my whole thing with the crate was I wanted her to have a spot, a place where she would feel comfortable and safe. And that has become the entire cabin. So at this point, there's really no reason to crate her. Lucy, cold, with a chance of cold, and then we might get cold later, but it's not bad. It's not crazy cold yet. No Christmas movie for me. I've not had a TV in 10 years. Jesus is the reason for the season. Got to respect the heck out of that. I haven't had a TV in, well, I moved here in 2013. So I haven't had a TV since 2013. So 12 years. Anything I watch on my phone via YouTube or some ways that you're not really supposed to do it. Dennis Rudder, welcome. Green Bay just beat the Bears. Okay, that's all right. This is still, I think, the best division in football. I'm a huge NFC, and I'll call it the NFC Central for life. I'm a huge NFC Central fan. Hola, yo quiero Taco Bell. ¿Dónde está Casa de Pepe? Alicia says, my favorite Christmas movie is Christmas Vacation. Nice. Mark, what's happening, brother? I'm having a great time, man. I'm having a great time. I worked with Mark in California. He's a fly fishing guide who actually tried to teach this idiot how to fly fish. And I still really haven't figured that out yet, even though I have 2 fly rods and 4 reels. But I could catch fish on fly rods, but in Alaska, if you can't catch fish on string, there's something wrong. But Mark, it is good to see you, my friend. I'm loving it up here. I'm absolutely loving it. Cosmic Kid, what's happening? Sean and Molly, you're getting affected by earthquake stuff? Not really. Not here, not where we're at. The one earthquake we did feel here in the cabin, it was crazy. Molly was sitting right next to me, and I thought she was just shaking the couch when she jumped up. And I kind of looked at her, and she kind of looked at me, and we both went back to playing. So it was like, oh, okay, it wasn't you. I have. I think about it more and more often all the time, especially when this weather gets like it's getting right now and it gets chilly. And I think to myself, man, this would have been miserable in the trailer again. I don't know that I could ever go back and do that. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. My life has, the trajectory of my life has gone in the right direction. Good night, Anna. Thank you very much for joining me. Get a good night's sleep in the UK. I like that. I'm not normally awake. We just doze off on the couch watching this. I'm not sure if we finished a movie in years. I love it. Squeeze me. Welcome, my friend. A bit late to the party. Just finished the install. My Windows busy week, but had to get it done. Nice to see you. Awesome to see you, my friend. Glad you get your project finished. On finishing your house, I'm starting to think like Sean. I could put siding on my house or build a shop, right? We only have a short window of summer of outside working time in Alaska. Use it wisely because you have to do your play in there too. That's the true reason why so many places in Alaska are unfinished, is because the window's so short and we want to get out and enjoy it too. Liz Fry, how are you doing? My dog won't use his crate, so I put a blanket to cover it over and the floor, and he's a mastiff cross, so he feels cold. He loves his crate bed. Never closed the door. Yep, exactly, right? So that's how I had it set up. I had a blanket set up inside of there for her. I had it kind of covered up and everything, and she just wanted no part of it. She's got a little dog bed she laid on forever right outside of the crate, and that was all she was interested in. So I just put the crate in the shop yesterday, or in the storage shed. Next project is I need to put a bedroom on that side of the cabin because I'm not getting any younger, and eventually we're going to get to a point where going up and down those stairs is A, not going to be fun, and B, not going to be safe. Lord knows I've missed more than one step in my lifetime already. So I want to put a full, I want to put a full size bedroom, almost the length and width of the shop, right on that whole side of the cabin. So it'll be the full 24 feet in length, and then it'll be 10 to 12 feet wide. And I want to make it bedroom, and then on the back, I'm going to move my whole utility room, more than likely to the back of the bedroom. Yeah, so that's kind of the next thing I have planned. I don't know that I'll get that done next year. I want to take some time next year to actually get out and enjoy more of Alaska again, because I keep saying I want to do this, but I'm not spending enough time out doing the things that I moved here for, but I'm having a blast. So we'll see. My neighbor told me if I build a deck off the loft, you should have a view of the Cook Inlet. Very cool. That's a pretty view. Hey, quit barking. There's nobody out there. Kissimmee, Florida. Nice, nice. Steve, welcome. He's a member, new member to the YouTube group. So if you're a member, I have all kinds of perks that you can get, but the only one I ever really pull through on is when I upload a video, I upload it for members to be able to watch immediately, and then everybody else gets to watch it on Friday. So if I upload on Wednesday, members can start watching that video on Wednesday night. And then Friday at noon, everybody can watch it. Doesn't make any difference if you're a member or not. And I had somebody give me some grief in a comment recently about, uploading videos for, giving other people special perks and not letting them watch all the videos. There's not a video I have ever created on YouTube that cannot be watched by every single person. You don't have to be a member. You don't even have to be a subscriber to the channel. You can watch it. You could be in this live and not be a subscriber. So that's the one perk members get, and I greatly appreciate it when folks become members. It's awesome. The Alaska sighting guy, the loneliest and most broke guy in Alaska. John, welcome. It is great to see you, my friend, from southern Wisconsin. Holiday Inn 50th anniversary, grumpy old men. And you already sent you a pic of the White Christmas. You did, my friend. You did. That is awesome. More, do I have to plan a trip to your house to help? Coming, Sean's coming with me, Robert. Thanks, Angie. That's another great comment. So when you leave a thumbs up and I'm live, it has an almost immediate effect. Other people that are logging into YouTube and they may not be going to any direction to watch anything right away will get the suggestion to maybe watch my live. And then maybe we'll make a new friend here that'll join us every week. What's happening? Great to see you, my friend from South Alabama. Met this gentleman this summer with Art. It was freaking awesome. The man, the myth, the legend. Al, the man on the street. Thanks, man. Happy holidays to you and your family, brother. Awesome, awesome to see you. I'm finally caught up, and it only took me 53 minutes to do it this week. So what else you guys got for me? If you give me a second, I'm going to pump my dinner in the oven. Oh. So now it's going to be ready when I'm ready. Junior, welcome, man. All these great faces popping in. I love it. Jason, got to go help Eileen shoot her next video. She said, thanks for the shout out. Good to see you, everyone. Awesome to see you, brother. Awesome. We got to get together again, huh? But you guys are planning on a vacation, so I don't think our 4th of July, if I remember correctly, our 4th of July picnic will work this next year. But we'll get together before then, definitely. Hey, Sean, is there any one single thing you could point out that you wish you could do differently on the build of my cabin? I don't think I would change a thing that I did. And the only reason why I say that is because the only thing that would have been more awesome, and I realized this when I built the shed, is if I'd have had some experience and knew what I was doing. It would have been a whole lot easier. Um, I was building this with cash, so I didn't take a loan out. I have no loans out on my property at all. Everything was paid for. Everything's 100% paid off. Um, so I couldn't build it as big as I wanted to build it. If I could go back and change anything, it would be to just trying to figure out what the dog's attacking. Hey, you don't need that. It would be to build it with the bedroom first, if that makes sense. Hang on. Where's that? There it is. Here, come say hi. Oh, geez, she's huge. Yeah, she's a bit bigger than she used to be. She's a monster puppy. Hello, little girl. Hello, pretty girl. Look, there's Molly. Who's that? Who's that? Who's on TV? Oh, it's Molly. Okay, go play. I drink water out of a bottle because I don't have a well. I'm dry here, and she loves to grab these caps, and I don't want her to choke on it. So yeah, that would be my one thing I would have been nice to do. Would have been to build the cabin with a bedroom to begin with, and to have a well would have been nice too. Oh, John, I'm sorry about that. It's right there. I'll share a link of it on the community tab. If I don't get to it right, I'll try and get Jace to send me the link, and I'll send a link. I'll set the link to the on the community tab so that you guys can see what channel it is. I've been good, Junior. I've been good. I hope you have as well. I'm already thinking about the garden for next year. Do they do that? I don't know, Mike, if they have a hype button for live streams. I have no idea. I do the live stream just because I want to hang out with you guys. That's 100% why I do this live stream. It's super cool for me. Right? Blaze and Yukon say happy holidays. Blaze is Molly's brother. Lucy was rescued. She was left locked in a dog crate. No food. Oh my gosh. Yeah. There's a special place for people that do that to dogs or pets of any kind. With brandy. Jonathan wants to know what my favorite kind of eggnog is. It's the one with brandy. So it could be any eggnog at all as long as Sean has brandy at home, which I'll be picking up this week. She's doing good, man. She's doing good. I hope you just saw her. Alicia, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. I got an outhouse. I'll tell you what, that was chilly to use yesterday. I'm not going to lie. One of my favorite Christmas movies is Muppet Christmas Carol, Liz Lou from Norfolk, UK. Awesome, Carol. That is very awesome. Very cool. Oh, right on. Cool. I love it. Thanks, Jason. Right? Brandy and a little rum. I don't know. I don't mix the brandy and the rum. I'm either going to do a little rum or I'm going to do a little brandy. If I don't have brandy or rum, I might do a little whiskey. But I like a little bit of the spirits, the brown spirits, to go with it. It just warms it up and it brings up the flavors like nobody's business. It's absolutely awesome. That looks like we're getting pretty close to the end. Actually, we're going to go like 10 minutes more because I started it a little bit early. Rob, rum it is for him. Rum is my if rum is the only thing I really mix with anything, and it's rum and Coke. And I love a good rum. I like Kraken. I love a good dark rum. So I'll do like Kraken or I'll do Sailor Jerry's and Coca-Cola. And it's got to be Coca-Cola. It can't be Pepsi. And then the only one I drink straight is Irish whiskey. And then I just sip it. I'll pour a Glencairn glass, with maybe 2 or 3 fingers in it, and then it may take me an hour to sip that thing down. I don't drink it that much as I used to, but I always have it here if I need it. Shout out to Al the Man, the myth, the legend, right? Yep. It's tough to stay motivated in the winter here. My smartwatch just congratulated me for standing up. Winter winter is not something that you go into easily here. And that's a great point. So for me, right, I kind of have this bit of a wave. So I get to the end of the fall where you're rushing to try and get everything done you want to get done, and then winter hits, and you're like, now what do I do? And it could take me a couple of weeks to a month to figure out how to keep going and get myself motivated and work on stuff. So um, quite the opposite of spring, right? So when winter's ending and spring's getting here, I'm like jumping the gun. I want to get out and do stuff immediately. But winter's a tough one. I know they don't, and it's a shame. I think they're cheated. I'm going to do more than rebuild the chicken fence, but I can't really build it enough to keep the moose out because moose will get in wherever moose want to get in. They're just way too big. But I want to rebuild the whole chicken run and build a chicken coop that's big enough for me to walk into and get more chickens and maybe a goose or two and maybe turkeys. And I don't know, maybe I might have a poultry addiction. I do, right? A hot buttered rum. Oh, yum, yum, yum. Thank you for that, Junior. Greatly appreciated. Kraken is delicious. Kraken is delicious. Yeah, that's a good rum. So I have these first two windows are huge. The more window part, only if I could have gotten like the high efficiency triple pane glass because I will tell you that as cold as it was last night, I put the blankets down over the windows to insulate because those are double pane and they're not beefy enough to be able to keep the cabin warm. So um, I will put a couple of more windows in. I got a couple of big ones upstairs in the bedroom as well that I love to open up just a crack every night and get that cold air to hit me in the face while I'm sleeping. Uh, but I'll probably put another window downstairs in the room over here that's going to be the bathroom. So I'll probably put at least one window out the back where the shower stall is going to be to get some more natural light in. Natural light's a big deal, but it doesn't make as much sense in Alaska because you want the natural light in the winter, and we don't get enough of it to make a difference. So it's not that big of a deal for me. Once I mean, it's 5 minutes to 4 p.m. right here, right now, and the sun's already going down. Once it gets dark, we're done. Scotch. That's Brother Will's favorite drink. Barbara, good night. Thank you very much and have yourself a fantastic day. Thanks for spending an hour with me. I greatly appreciate it. See, I haven't tried the chocolate crown. I haven't tried any of the flavored crowns. I hear the apple one is delicious, but that chocolate one sounds like something I would really be interested in. Renee likes an Irish coffee. Very good. If I recall, I remember you saying the plan is to put the solar panels vertical on the front of the shed in the spring. Yes, that's what I'm doing. I have six now, so I'll leave the other two over where they're at because I think that's going to be a great location, and I might actually pick up some more and build up an array over there. But those two will stay over there. The two that are just outside of the cabin or outside of the shed, those are going to go up sideways on the top, and then the two brand new ones will also go up vertical on the top. She's looking. Where'd she go? Oh no, she's over chewing on my staircase now. Yeah, I'm looking forward to those solar numbers going in the right direction. Sean, I enjoyed meeting you too. How much will a well cost me in Funny River, and how deep will it need to be? Those are two great questions. So, however deep it needs to be, we'll decide on how much it's going to cost you. But from what I understand, a lot of folks are hitting water relatively shallow out here, anywhere from decent water from say 60 to 80 feet. So I don't know, but when I find out, I'll let you know. Um, I just haven't put one in yet. I haven't gone that far yet. Sean, have you thought about putting storm shutters inside your place to cut the cold a bit? No, I'll just use blankets. Eventually, they'll be, once I get the walls finished, I'll put curtain rods up and I'll put some heavy thermal curtains up there and we'll call it good. JD Honey, I've never tried that one either. I just stick with, I'm pretty basic, man. I'm pretty basic. So, make a martini out of it. How would that taste, dude? A nice little chocolate martini out of it? Yum. Oh, That's not bad. See, his wall was 51 feet and only cost $3,800. That's not bad at all. All right, folks. With that said, I think we're gonna wrap this up. We're just about done. Junior, all kinds, but I this time of year I wouldn't suggest anybody buy anything unless they've actually walked it in the summer, the spring and the summer, so that you know how dry it is or isn't. You can look. I can tell by looking at the trees and the growth that's on it whether it's going to be swampy or dry, but it's pretty difficult. Property lists out here for about anywhere from 5 to 10,000 more than you can actually get it for. That's just real estate's trying to make a commission. So yeah, but there's a lot of land for sale out here in Funny River. I love it. What was that? What was that? Took your advice Thanksgiving, went with a good piece of cheddar cheese with your apple pie this Thanksgiving. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. That's, I don't know what it is, but that combination is just to die for. It's absolutely delicious. I have tried this peanut butter whiskey. I have tried Screwball, and that blew my mind. That absolutely blew my mind. Well, I know what Rob's going to be making Sean when he comes for a visit. We'll sit on his veranda and have chocolate espresso martinis. Very cool. My two favorite things, chocolate and coffee. Our Alaska homestead at the end. What the heck? Finally cut your live, Sean. Hope you're having a great evening. I am. I hope you are as well. All right, that's it. Everybody out of here. Have a great day. Joining me as always. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful holiday season. If you can hook up with me on Sundays for the rest of this year, I'd love to have you. Just for everybody who doesn't know, on Christmas Day, I do go live for 3 hours or more till we get tired of each other. Basically, because I don't have any family here, so I touch bases with all the kids and everything first thing in the morning. And anybody else who doesn't have any family really to hang out with, we'll just hang out together and have a good time. Like I said, get your Christmas tree pics into me as soon as you possibly can. If you want them included at the end of the videos going forward, I'll just keep adding Christmas trees to that as we go. I think we'll cut it off on Christmas Day. If I haven't got your pictures by Christmas Day, save it, send it to me next year. We'll do this every single year. There'll be a Christmas tree parade at the end of every video I do up until probably the second video in January. And then the intros for this starting next week will be the Christmas trees that we have coming in. If you can't join me between now and Christmas, Merry Christmas to you and your entire family. Thank you as always for the constant support. I appreciate the heck out of every one of you guys. Have a great week. I'll talk to you later. I'm Sean in Alaska.